And honestly, in college football, the way stuff is it's so like, what have they been doing this year or the last 5 games? You know, because coaches and teams that kind of find their, with their player personnel, like what they like, what they don't like. Some teams are like big copycat teams. Some teams are more like, we stick to our stuff. So like, you're always adapting anyway. So it's not like a huge change.
When you go to this year, I think week 3 or whatever, you're going to Clemson.
Yeah.
In Death Valley, your thoughts on going there? What do you know about Death Valley? And
I've just seen the videos. Obviously, like everyone's seen the videos. Growing up as a kid, like Clemson, running, the rock and the whole deal, and the balloons. And I've heard it's loud. I've heard it's exciting. So it's always fun to play in a good environment. Like I like love doing that. You go play in front of a loud crowd. It's awesome.
Is that kind of, I guess, Oregon, kind of maybe Washington?
Yeah.
Is that kind of what those places, from what you can see, obviously never been there, is that kind of what it reminds you of, those kind of places?
Yeah, definitely. I would say Oregon especially. Like Oregon's like a cultured football school. They got good fans. They got tradition. Definitely like Oregon. I'm trying to think who else. Oregon's probably the biggest one, I would say, where it's just like, the fans show up, show out, get loud. Austin's a cool place to play.
How surreal is it that a team from the Pacific Coast is in the Atlantic Coast Conference?
It's a bit bizarre. Yeah, I'd be lying if I didn't say so. It's definitely bizarre. I think it was the best thing that they had to do, or like the best thing they could do. So I'm just excited to be in it. It'll be a fun change.
You've had a full year to kind of get used to it, but now that you're here, this week here today, does it kind of hit home? I mean, and how prepared were you and are you for all this?
Yeah, I think that it's definitely hitting home now. Like, oh shoot, it's a bit weird. I felt kind of weird about it. I've honestly been a bit sad about it in a way. Like, I'm excited to play ACC and play these new teams and stuff, but I'm sad that the Pac-12 died.
As a student at an academically strenuous university as Stanford is, the NCAA likes to refer to you guys as student athletes, but you're going to be putting a lot of travel in, you guys in Cal. Mm-hmm. How much more of a strain does that put on you academically and, make it tougher to be a student too?
I think that's a good question. I think that honestly for football, we're fortunate where we only play, 12 games. And then
you probably won't have to come east twice, yeah.
Yeah, so right now I think we have 4 trips. We come Clemson, Syracuse, Notre Dame, kind of East Coast.
SMU?
No, SMU's at home, I'm pretty sure. I forget what the other one is. Or maybe it's like NC State. Maybe.
Yeah.
So we'll come out here 4 times, and the only difference is we fly out Thursday instead of Friday. So fortunately, it's like kind of football's.
But the thing about it is, though, you're going to come back. You're going to be jet lagged when you get back, though.
I'm not too worried. We'll hydrate and it's like it's not the worst thing.
What about family?
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
What about family? Like, I don't know how often your parents or siblings or somebody would go to your games on the West Coast versus what they're doing now. Like, are they all flying out, or what's that? How does that dynamic work?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm kind of lucky. This is last year at Stanford, last year in college football, and all my family's West Coast pretty much. Mm-hmm. So they've been coming up and down in my games, almost making every single one. Yeah. And I think it's going to be tough for West Coast kids, just because their families don't get to go out as much. It's expensive, to fly across the country.
They almost have to pick one or 2 games to just kind of say that's the one we're going to.
Yeah. I think, I'm lucky. Like, my parents want to come to everything, so and they're able to. So it's gonna be fun to have them out. But it is tough for some kids. But the thing is about Stanford too is like we're not like a West Coast team. It's like we're nationwide. Honestly, a lot of guys are excited about it because they're gonna be close to home. We got so many dudes from like Georgia and some of the southern states. So yeah.